Says we're live. Hello, interweb. I'm Kevin,
I'm Bill.
and we are the two guys talking about, and we're glad you're here. By the way, this is the safe at home edition of Two Guys Talking About. I can't. It's fogging up my glasses.
Didn't we establish the other day that we're in actuality about 40 miles apart?
Well, we are.
Then I'm taking this off.
But my wife made. Oh man, I put it on upside down. Crap. Does it work if it's on upside down?
I don't know.
Yeah, she just said it doesn't matter. But I thought this would be good to do this. Don't you think?
Well, I think it was a nice start.
Well, or was it?
Yeah.
I can't see. Look, can you see it fogging up the glasses?
Yes.
Holy crap.
So is that a smart idea?
No, probably not.
Okay.
Right,
Again, there's no one around you are going to infect, or you're not going to be an infector or an infectee right now.
It's funny. I did see somebody talking about today. Just a reminder, the outsides are not contaminated.
Okay.
I'm stopping there. So yeah, they were just saying just a reminder, the outsides are okay. So but this, I gotta take this off. Oh my word. I'm gonna leave the hat on though. I think the hat's me. What do you think?
I think the hat is you.
My head's already sweating. So hey, I am Kevin Kolbe.
I'm Bill Jordan.
And we are the two guys talking about, and we are pumped to be back for another exciting season of Two Guys Talking About. And as the scroll is scrolling, I guess that's redundant. Feel free to pop in, say hey, ask a question, leave a comment. A lot of what we're talking about today is just dang how the world has changed since in a year. We got a surprise to share with you and some fun stuff too. But we are live on Facebook, Two Guys Talking About, and also on our YouTube channel. So you can watch either way there. And we're also podcast. So sorry. So we'll be also on podcast.
Be careful.
Well, it's just you know what it is? I don't think I'm allergic to the pollen, except we've been walking every day now, and I think I get all choked up.
Yeah, I've been doing the walking. I have been working out though, but not really going out for walks. Not that I'm opposed to it, but I just haven't been doing it.
You have a riding lawnmower too, don't you?
I do, but I also have to do some push work around some of the trim areas. I do push, and that wears me out.
I tell you. So, hey, look at that, Bionic Man. What's up? Good to see you.
Hey, Nick.
Thanks for popping in. So, among some of the things that have happened since the last time we did our show, money. And so, in the past, we had Morgan, our good friend Morgan, do our open. And Morgan was great. But, I mean, times are tight. And so we're talking about, hey, doing a brand new open for the show. And we're like, yeah, we don't want to spend any money.
So you're saying it wasn't us with masks on when we came on? That's not the new open? Yeah. I think that's the new open.
I swear, I think my head right now is like on fire.
It's your choice, my friend. Your choice. You can take it off.
But we have something new this year for the show this season that we want to share. And it's basically every week we're going to have a guest announcer. You ready? So, without further ado, let's start this thing.
Hey, I'm Mike Wheelis from 94.7 QDR, and this is Two Guys Talking About with Kevin Kolbe and Bill Jordan. Two media guys and good friends with a lot to talk about. Hey, Kolbe, where's the $50 in toilet paper you promised me, huh? Hello?
He wasn't supposed to bring that part up. That's our good friend Mike Wheelis, morning guy at 94.7 QDR. But we asked him if he would intro us this week. And by the way, if you know where I can get $50 and some toilet paper, let me know.
Well,
But
if you can get some toilet paper, that's probably worth $50 right there.
that's true. But one of the things that we want to do this year on the show is give you guys a chance to be our guest announcer. It's really that simple. Now let me show you. Nope. Let me show you exactly all you got to do. So if you want to be the two guys talking about guest announcer, all you've got to do is record a 30-second video. I mean, it doesn't have to be 30. It just can't be over 30 seconds video. And then send it to us via our Facebook Messenger. And this is on the Facebook side. But even if you're watching this on YouTube, you can still do that. And just go to Messenger. There's the Messenger address. But if you go to our Two Guys Talking About page, you'll see it. And just record it. And you need to introduce us, introduce yourself. And we're going to have fun with that. So we want to do that every week of the show. And if you want to be a part of it, we would love to have you on there. Look at that.
I think that'll be fun. I look forward to people
Hey, Chris.
participating.
Yes. How's it going, Chris?
Hey, Chris.
Now, and we said open. So, like I said, up to 30 seconds, introduce yourself, where you're from, introduce us. I mean, that is really the most important thing about this. And what you'll get is you'll just be part of the show. Also,
you'll get our undying respect is what you'll get. And our thanks.
Yeah.
There'll be no money.
No, there's no money. But also, if you ever want to shoot a video asking a question or something like that, follow the same address. So let me go back to that one more time. Where is that? Right here. So this is also a way to shoot a video for the guest announcer. But at the same time, if you wanted to record a question, we'll put as many of those into the show as we can. It's just the thing is, it can be over 30 seconds. So, but a lot has happened, and it seems like it's happened quickly. Don't you think?
It does seem that way, but when did it really start? When did we really start taking this seriously? I've really lost track of time.
I want to say the first time I remember hearing anything about it was maybe February, January.
Yeah, but were we taking it seriously? Were things being canceled? So for example, the Raleigh St. Patrick's Day parade was canceled. So St. Patrick's Day is March 17th. My wife and I were supposed to go to see Michael Bublé at PNC Arena in Raleigh on March 20th. That was a Friday night. That was canceled at least a week out.
But yet, didn't Billie Eilish play though?
I think yes. I think she did.
But that may have been the last concert they did.
I think it may have been. But so we're going back to mid-March, and today is what, the 7th. So 3 weeks, I guess. 3 weeks, somewhere in there. But we really, I mean, as far as the stay at home and all that went into effect last week, and it's not like they've got a gun to your head, stay at home, but go out if you've got to go out, and go out if I've got to go to the store or something.
Well, it's definitely something to be taken serious, and we're certainly not making fun of that today, but we do want to talk about just some of the things out there.
Sure. Sure.
So this is something I ran across today, and I'm going to share this. And by the way, we're using a different program, I guess I'll call it, to do our show this year. So we're still kind of figuring it out. But check this out. You ready? Oh,
yeah.
I got to do this. Here we go. I saw this on Amazon. It is a folding board for T-shirts to help you fold your T-shirts. Seriously.
Now, if it was a fitted sheet folding helper, maybe. But is there a problem folding T-shirts? There's a couple of ways to go, or you can roll them up.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, it's like, and look, it comes in different colors. Oh, look, there, it shows you exactly how to do it. There's look, there's 3 different versions. There's pros to each one. This one is more durable and stable and and easy for kids to use. No, or does it say safe? Yeah, easy for kids to use, right there. Like some moron adult couldn't figure out how to fold their own shirts. I'm thinking, who in the world Who in the world? Oh, no. So, Brooke, bless your heart. She says, I have this folding board. I love it. Brooke, I apologize if I've insulted your family. But I'm like, I'm not.
To each his own. To each or his or her own. That's okay.
It just, I'm thinking, what in the world? I mean, look, I think, Bill, it's safe to say we're both cheap, right?
Very safe.
Frugal. I mean, it's one of those things where, but I mean, well, okay, let me ask you a question. It's kind of personal, but do you fold your underwear?
I roll it.
Do you really?
Yeah.
You don't just like throw it in a drawer?
Sometimes I throw it in a drawer, but if I'm trying to get really neat, like, I'll take it and then just kind of roll it, fold it once and then roll it.
Well, now Brooke is also saying she sells t-shirts. So, okay, I got it. Brooke, again, I think that is phenomenal. I hang my t-shirts. I fold my jeans. What about socks?
Socks, I've not lost a sock in decades. People always lose them in the fourth dimension of the dryer. I haven't lost a sock, and I'm telling you, decades, because of a simple invention that is probably centuries old, and that is the safety pin. When the socks are ready to be washed, when I take them off and get ready to throw them in the laundry or the hamper, I safety pin the socks together.
Are you serious?
I'm absolutely serious. And I just don't lose socks.
Of course, Mary Ann can't find safety pins.
Well, sometimes they also kind of unhook in the dryer, and there have been some puncture wounds through the years, but I haven't lost a sock. Yeah. I may be needing it as a tourniquet, but I haven't lost it.
Yeah. Bill hasn't lost a sock. Unfortunately, when he drinks, all the stuff comes out of his. So Brooke's saying, I paid mine together and fold them over. No potato socks. I think she means pin.
Yeah.
Unless you paid somebody to do your socks, and that's pretty impressive. So something else though that we've noticed, and this is like, oops, I'm not ready yet. This is like something out of the movies. You ready? Here we go.
Ready.
It's animals invading cities. Have you seen this?
I have not seen that, but I can imagine. We're not out, so we're not scaring them. So now they're going anywhere they want.
So these are shots from around the world of since we're all staying in, the animals are taking over. So this one is in London, just the deer's hanging out here. What else we got here? Mountain lions.
Just chilling.
A fox sleeping on a stump. Well, you have that in your backyard.
Yeah, every night.
That's not a big deal. Golden Gate Bridge. It's a great picture. I'm wondering about the guy who took this picture, though. You got to be thinking, like, what are you thinking? Oh, this is great. Let's see if this will play. Oh, well, there we go. Oh, which reminds me, it's National Beer Day.
That's great.
Oh, that is good. All right, here's another. Oh, this looks so adorable. Let's see what happens here. It's a koala bear. Oh, come on, play. Obviously at Walmart. Oh, look at that. I kind of walk that way in the mornings now. I'm just saying. Okay, that's enough. Wild puma. So I don't know if it's on here or not. Oh, holy cow, look at that. Or should I say holy deer?
Right.
So, what's interesting about all this is that it remind you though of like a horror movie?
Sure.
I mean, if you think about it. Sure. I mean, like the animals take over. Oh, by the way, Chris is saying, get a sock doc. It was invented by a local kid. I didn't know that. That's kind of cool.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Chris said too much work.
He said too much work. Get a sock, doc.
So a safety pin in one, in the other. Snap. Too much work. Have we come to this? That's too much work. Well, I suppose the tourniquet after I stab myself, that might be a little cumbersome and time consuming. But
well, I would think that would put the
snap. That doesn't seem to take a whole lot of time.
Oh man.
I'm not going to argue with Chris. Chris is a great lady. I'm not arguing with her.
So, by the way, I want to go back to something we were talking about earlier. If you missed the beginning of the show, we had a guest announcer, and that's something we're doing this season. Is we're not going to pay those high dollar bucks to have professional. Even though I guess Mike is professional, I shouldn't say that. Anyway, so we want to turn it over to you to introduce our show every week. And earlier we had Mike Wheelis from 94.7 QDR kind enough to introduce our show. So if you would like to do that, here's all you got to do is record a 30-second video. It can't be more than 30 seconds. It can always be under. And, introduce us. Hey, here's Kevin Kolbe. Here's Bill Jordan, two guys talking about. But introduce yourself so we know who the heck you are. And then all you've got to do is send it to us via Facebook Messenger. And there's the address. And if you can't remember the address, because I don't know who could remember that, I can't. If you go to our Facebook page, you can just message us there and we'll get it. And we want to use those. Now, you can also send us any video questions or comments that way too, and we'll play those back as long as they're not over 30 seconds. That's the only thing. We don't. It's because of the time limit. So have fun with it.
Less is more.
Less is more. So have fun with it. Now you were talking right before we went on about the YouTube channel that we were both talking about, John
Krasinski.
Yeah. So talk about that.
Actor John Krasinski from The Office, 13 Hours, bunch of stuff. He's become one of my favorite actors because he really is making a difference and he seems like a great guy. But he started a YouTube channel called Some Good News. And there's 2 episodes up. Each are about 15 minutes long. And I'm telling you, I told Kevin, I get choked up. You laugh, you cry. At least I do, watching these things. And the impact that he is having on people. But he also shows other people doing good stuff. He's just the conduit. He's the messenger of the good news. But he's doing some good himself. It's just so heartwarming to see what people are doing for each other in this time of, and I did post a thing this morning about social distancing may not be the right way to put it. Maybe we should call it physical distancing. Social distancing, we should always pick up the phone, Skype, Zoom, FaceTime, whatever. I've been really making an effort on doing that the last couple of days. I've waited too long, but just to hear somebody's voice, not a text, but actually to pick up the phone or get on a face like you and I are doing right now, Kevin. Yeah. Just still making that connection. So physical distancing, not social distancing is kind of how I'm liking to think about it. But John Krasinski, really check this out on YouTube. Just Some Good News. All you got to do is just type in John Krasinski and it'll come up. I think it will. You will benefit from it. You will feel good after you watch it.
Yeah, it's funny because I think I first found out about when you were sharing some stuff on it. And it's fun. And that was one of the other things we were going to talk about is, and by the way, we appreciate everybody jumping in, Chris and Daphne, you've been in there. Nick's been in there, Brooke, even though I hope Brooke still loves us after I've made fun of her. I didn't make fun of you folding shirts. I'll make fun of Bill. How about that? But one of the things we were talking about is just how this whole virus thing has just changed things. I don't know how many people still watch late night TV. If you do, drop a comment in there and say if you do. Still probably for me, if you go way back, Carson was king. Love Letterman still. But I just don't watch late night TV that much. I do like Fallon. Fallon's probably my favorite. But I think he was the first one I saw actually take to YouTube and start doing I watched his first, it's like the Tonight Show from home. And Bill, did you see it?
No, I've not seen it.
It's like one of his daughters over there playing the piano very poorly, a theme song. And then they're doing the graphics. His wife is holding the camera. I think they shot it in their kids' room. And hey, by the way, Nick, I appreciate that. Says this is the greatest live chat that I've been on for quite a while. Thanks, guys. Hope you and your family are still safe and sound. We appreciate that, Nick, and always you too. I appreciate that. Hope you're safe too. But it was so different and refreshing because it was like low tech, if you will, and fun. And now since then, I've seen Colbert, who else? Kimmel, Conan O'Brien started one the other day that was a hoot. Evidently, he's never ever used a phone in his life. And then I forgot who else. The guy that does carpool karaoke.
Oh, James Corden.
James Corden. His seems very produced, but he did a little tour. He tweaked his garage. But what I've noticed is that more and more people are doing video and doing this, and I think that was one of the reasons that we felt like, hey, maybe now's a good time to bring back another season. We don't know how long we're going to do this, but we want to have some fun, try it at a different time, try it on different formats. So it's nice to know when you guys enjoy this. But Bill, it's crazy though, isn't it?
It is. I think though there is some silver lining to this if we use our time right. I mean, I'm certainly not killing it as far as this major self-improvement thing that I'm on, but there are some tweaks that I am making. I'm still take time out in the morning to get lost in YouTube to just play music from my youth, just bringing back these great memories. But I'm reading more, but I'd already given myself a 50 books in 2020 challenge. So 50 books in the year. Now, Kevin doesn't read. So
no, I think I've done 50 in 50 years.
Maybe. And that was all when you were in school. So I'm reading more. I am exercising or working out more, and I am working on losing weight. So the way I look at it is at the end of this, and it will end, and we will have this lifted, and we'll be able to go out to restaurants and hug our friends again, which I cannot wait to do. I mean, I can't, my daughter and her family, my grandkids live 15 minutes from me. I'm not supposed to go see them. I can't hug them. I can't,
That's tough.
It's driving me nuts. So when this lifts, for me personally, and not to preach to you, but for me personally, at the end of this, if I'm not smarter, lighter, and stronger than I was when we went into this, then I have proven to myself that it was never about not having enough time.
Yeah.
It was about not having the discipline or not having the priorities in my life to just try to be better. Yep. And for whatever reason this year, something has clicked in me that I just want to try to get better.
Well, I think it's interesting you're saying that too, because I think it was like a year ago, my wife and I were like, yeah, we're going to start walking more. And we got into the cold months. It was like, yeah, the heck with that. And recently it's like, you know what? There's no reason not to get out and just walk every day with our little one. And it's just, it's nice. I can't say that I'm getting more done, even though some days I feel that way, with my business and things. But
sure.
But you mentioned something though. So I'm a hugger, and I love hugging. And so, I've been on 2 other video calls today, and it's great to see the faces. Now I did have somebody ask the other day, and I'll ask this to you guys watching. So I'd be interested to know in the comments. But the question was, when all this is done, when all this is over, will you go back to hugging and handshaking? So I'd be interested to know in the comments if you're going to be hugging people, handshaking, or if that's just kind of a done thing for you. I personally, I'm a hugger. I don't think I cannot hug somebody, and that's what you mentioned too. Is like being able to hug, not even just family, strangers.
Sure. Well,
there's that guy. I can't think of his name, but his whole movement is free hugs.
Right.
And and he has, to his credit, I cannot think of his name. He's diffused some tough situations. I remember when some of the riots were going on like a year or so ago in Charlotte, and just one of the places he went that he was, hugging the police and hugging some of the other folks. So yeah, we're getting absolutely. I will. Yes, I will. Absolutely. We'll probably hug more than when it's over. David, that's an interesting point. I hadn't thought about that.
I think here's what I think. I think we will. I think we will go back to handshaking. Some of us won't, but many of us will. Many of us will go back to maybe even becoming huggers, and we were not before. I think, though, that after time, we will, as human beings, take it all for granted all over again. But I hope we don't. I hope it's a long time. I mean, case in point, 9/11. After 9/11, you couldn't find an American flag in a store. You couldn't order it online because it was on everybody's car, in front of everybody's house, on everybody's mailbox. And now they are few and far between. As time goes by, we settle back into our mundane, quote, normal lives. And that's what happens. But I really do hope and pray that we don't forget what we're going through with this. You know, I think it is going to be a tremendous day of rejoicing, truly, when they say, okay, go out and do whatever, resume life. And maybe that'll never be an official announcement. It'll just kind of a trickle effect of, hey, you're going out. Well, they're opening up some restaurants. Maybe they're opening up, whatever. I don't know. But I think our normal may be changing, but I think for whatever that normal is going to be, I hope we go full throttle in that and leave some of this animosity that is so pervasive still on social media. Leave that behind, and we are in this together, left or right or wherever you are, man. Let's just we do need to try to take care of each other. And man, it's just, I don't know. It's kind of sad sometimes to see what I'm seeing still on social media in the midst of all this. Here's the other thing about walking. You were talking about going out for walks. There was a meme the other day because we live in a meme world, and it showed life before the coronavirus, and it showed a picture of this family, and they're all sitting on their couches, and they've all got their phones, and they're looking at their phones. This is before stay at home. Then they announce a stay-at-home order, and everybody's out on the greenways and walking and hiking. It's the freedom of it that's been taken from us. You don't think about, I want to go for a walk. True. When you're free to do it, but when it's like, okay, now we want you to stay at home and stay close. Now you feel like you got to go out and do it. Yeah, I mean, that's human nature, isn't it? Yeah. But this is a freedom issue, and I'm not here to debate whether this is a violation of our civil rights or not, civil liberties. I'm just saying, once they tell you shouldn't do this, now we want to go out and walk.
Yeah, it is interesting. And Chris is also saying, now you can't find toilet paper, and soon it'll be on everybody's house and in their trees. Yes. Chris, I do look forward to the days when TPing somebody's home is the thing to do. But yeah, we've got we have a 2-square mandate in our home, 2 squares. I did feel like a rebel the other night. I grabbed a square and wiped my nose.
We for whatever reason, the timing was okay for us. We had just been to BJ's Warehouse maybe a week before this hit, and we was like, oh yeah, we better as well get some. You buy it by the pallet there. So I think we're good for a while, and it's going to come back. I mean, how much of it can you hoard?
Well, and I saw somebody talking about that said, it'll be soon we'll be going into the Walmarts and the Targets and those, and it'll be like we can't see anything else because all this toilet paper now that nobody needs, and then you and I will buy it for probably like, $1 for a 24 pack and go. Pfft. But it is the current Bitcoin.
That and hand sanitizer. I'd gotten 2 jugs of hand sanitizer. We've never, we have it around, but it's not like a top of mind thing. Yeah. But I bought it some time ago. That must have been a 2-for-1 deal. And I went, I may as well get that. I guess with the winter coming, cold and flu season, I thought more about, I was thinking more and doing more of washing my hands and using hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
So other than, I think pollen's messed with me for the last couple of weeks. My voice isn't where it should be. But knock on wood, I haven't had a cold this year. And for the last 4 or 5 years, I was getting a cold every winter. And seemingly it took me all winter to get over it. And I've not had it this year. So
that's good. That's good. Well, listen, it's been great to be back. If you want to connect with us, and we hope you do, you can always keep leaving comments on our YouTube channel, on our Facebook page, 2 Guys Talking About. A lot of this is on my website now. If you type in, I think it's Kevin. No, actually, you can still go to 2guystalkingabout.com and they'll redirect.
By the way, I've noticed just then it came to me as we were talking about this. Yeah. I've been touching my face the whole time during this thing, and that's just a habit that everybody's got. I got a cousin-in-law just posted a little while ago about what is it about walking into Walmart that makes your face start to itch? You just as soon as you walk in there, So
hey, I was on a live stream the other day, and evidently I do that a lot. And the guy was like, Kevin, you're touching your face a lot. I'm like,
well, here, let me touch yours.
yeah, walk into this. But we do appreciate you being there. It's been a blast to be back. We're going to be live every Tuesday for a while, 4 o'clock Eastern time on Facebook and YouTube. Hope you can join us either way. And don't forget, we would love to have you record a video and be our guest announcer. If you're not sure what to say, we can put a script on the pages. But you're basically introducing us, sharing yourself. Make sure it's no longer than 30 seconds. But since you got 30, use every second of it. And then send it to us via our Facebook Messenger, and there's the address. And this also applies like if you want to just throw out a comment or ask a question. As much as this as we can incorporate the show is best, because it's always better, even though we're the two guys talking, with you talking too.
Yeah, the more the merrier.
All right. Well, until next time, I'm Kevin.
I'm Bill.
All right. You guys have a great today.
Stay safe.